hello, not moving. Hello, hello, not moving. No. Hello, hello, not moving. Hello, hello. Yeah, think we're ready? Good timing, they're the ones to start. Good morning and welcome. That can stop that. Welcome to Cruising with Cuban Red, and you are here on another Friday morning in January. Not snowing, not freezing, quite thawed out there actually. So welcome, thank you for tuning in. You are on inclusivefm.co.uk. I am Cuban Red and you are amazing for tuning in. Welcome to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west, from Edmonton to Enfield to London to England to all over the world. Thank you. You're going to enjoy the show. This morning, I just have a really relaxed show for you. We're going to be hearing some of my favourite poems, some of my favourite songs, tracks, yeah? We're just going to relax because it was a heavy show last week. And you know what? I really didn't even welcome you into the new year last week, did I? Because we had a mission. We were on a mission for Ashraf, and we still are. Every week, we'll probably do a poem. But you know what? I just want to say welcome into the new year. It's nearly the end of January. A month nearly already gone. Can you believe that? That's amazing. Hope your break was fantastic, and I hope like the new year is really kind of showing you good things to come, yeah? And this morning, I bring you words of power, words of wisdom, raw words, big words, small words, sad words. Words of passion, words of praise, I raise my arms in reverence to the ancient word of days. Words of woman, man and child, wild words. Words of anger, words of pain. Words of wind, earth, sun and rain. Words of joy and words of healing. Words revealing concealed feelings. These words I offer up to you and 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 all of you out there in Inclusive FM land. Thank you for tuning in this morning, Friday, the 29th of January. It's just gone 11, not too far, yeah? And we've got a lovely show for you. And first of all, in the background, you can hear India RE playing. Yeah, can you hear that? You can hear that? Yeah. She's going to be playing all the way underneath the show. We will probably pick out a track or maybe two. We'll see what happens, yeah? But we have some other great music from War, Ambelique, Reggae Bus, DJ Roy, Bill Withers, Tanya Stevens, and a track called Love is Amazing, which I love because love is amazing. Talking about love being amazing, the next few shows after this is going to be like a kind of cruise into the love season. You know, the love season should be all the time, really. But kind of February, because Valentine's Day is celebrated. And it's not everybody celebrates Valentine's Day, you know, let me take off my glasses. Yeah? Because certainly there's different communities that don't celebrate that, but everybody celebrates love. So the next few shows are going to be like really about love and some groovy love songs and so on and so forth. This one is just like a relaxed kind of slide, kind of cruise into the month of February, really. Okay. I'm going to read you a few of my favourite poems. I do have some others. Got probably one from Adisa and one from Cynthia, one that I love. Maybe do Anastasia's poem for you. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Scarily. Yeah, we'll see. All right. The first poem today is one that I actually did last week, and it was in the pile when I was picking up, and I thought, yeah, I'd like to share that with you. So it's still untitled, although it could be I Used To. Yeah, that could be the title. All right. Here we go. I used to think when someone, anyone, slighted me, ignored me, made me feel invisible, that I was back, locked in the wardrobe, inside the dark, afraid of the shadows cast by movements in the lighted room, hungry, alone, unloved, forgotten, but I don't anymore. I used to feel that I had to love someone, anyone, in return, sexually, emotionally, psychologically, when they said they loved me, or even if they just saw me. I mean, really saw me. I don't anymore. I used to get caught in the scripts of the past, invisible scripts, verbal scripts, turn them into the BBC drama right then and there, trying desperately to understand, to make it flow, explain the reasons why I am the way I am. I don't anymore. Well, I'm learning, and every day is a different day. Thank you. I think that probably will be titled I Used To, yeah? So, okay, if you hear that poem, you know that that's where it's got its title from. On this very show, it was decided to be called I Used To, all right? And I wrote that on the 30th of the 8th, 2015. And that was after, this is where the stories will come in on the show today, yeah? Because I'll link the stories with the poems, yeah? This poem was written after I went on a course called Energy for Life, and it was down in that fabulous place, Glastonbury. Oh, I love Glastonbury. Richard, my trusty technician, is smiling, and that reminds me, I haven't given a shout out to all of my friendly peeps out there today. Whatever could I be thinking of? To Henk over there in Holland, who, if he's not watching now, if you're not watching now, I know you're going to watch in the archives. To all the people on Facebook who might be picking up the show, hopefully you can do. Yeah, all the people in I Am Not a Silent Poet, big up to you, Ruben Woolley, the House of Amu, Silver, all the carers out there in the community that, you know, maybe you thinking you're going unnoticed. You're not. You're really not. even if you're not being noticed by the person you want to be noticed by, it's a wonderful job that you're doing out there. So keep on keeping on. Keep on being strong. Silver, I know you're out there doing that. David, you as well out there with your auntie, being that carer in the community. It's amazing that we have actually men that are out there doing this. That's 2 men's names I've mentioned. So that's fantastic. Who else? Of course, everybody like on the station that's also presenting, and all the management, and of course Richard, my trusted technician, which kicked me off remembering. got a thumbs up, that's really cool. And yeah, thank you so much to yourselves, the main people out there, for tuning in, turning on and cruising with Cuban Red. Okay, I think we're going to read another poem before we have a song, and I'm just going to cue Richard for the first song that we'll have, because they're not in any order today. Naughty me. In fact, let me tell you, glasses off again, the reason why this show is kind of different is because Richard said something to me like a couple of weeks ago, and he said, you know, you can't have your shows all the same. And there was I plodding along, creating this form and this structure and thinking, yeah, it's getting there, it's getting into... And I suddenly thought, you know what? He's right. That's going to be really boring. So that's kind of why this show's just a little bit different. Not so tightly formatted, but still great. Still cruising, okay? The track that we're going to hear after this next poem is going to be War, Spill the Wine, track 7. And the reason why I'm going to play this is because, like, I just love the track from a long, 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 long time ago. War, track 7. Oh, no, it's in there. That's a different back. I'm confusing Richard. I have different CDs in different cases. Not good. But the CD's there, so that's great. Okay, what shall we read next? Well, you know what? As I said, the show is not dedicated to Ashraf, but he is not forgotten, always remembered. And so every week probably we'll read a poem until we hear what's happening, whether whatever, yeah? So I'd like to share this one, which I love. And it's by Maggie Gibson from I Am Not a Silent Poet. Yeah? And it's called What Drives Me. And thank you, Maggie, for allowing me to share it last week. I'm sure you won't mind if I read it again, okay? So here we go. What drives me, you ask? As if I am a juggernaut with a hairy-armed trucker at my wheel. Can you turn that down slightly for me, Richard? Or a shiny car, or a train bolting through the landscape of my life. Perhaps the wind drives me, I say, as it drives the sleet and snow that sting and numb the senses. But no, I am driven by the fire that rages in my head when I see a woman with her head bowed low, a frozen family with nowhere to go, children starving in a war zone hell, a poet locked up in a death row cell. I am driven by a typewriter. I plead guilty to battering its pale keys, to bruising the blank indifference of 1,000 sheets of paper. I am driven by a driver without a license. I am driven by the ordinary madness of existence. Thank you, Maggie. Yeah, it's a pleasure to read that again, Maggie Gibson, for Ashraf. If anybody knows what's happening out there, let me know. All right, I'm going to keep my ears open to the ground as well, and hopefully we should be in the loop. Yeah, we should be in the loop. Okay, I think we're ready for that tune. One of my favourites from War, really funky, freaky songs. So here we go. Spill the wine. Turn it up, 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 up.
tall grass. I lay there in the sun and felt it caressing my face as I fell asleep and dreamed. I dreamed I was in a Hollywood movie and that I was the star of the movie. This really blew my mind. The fact that me, an overfed, long-haired, leaping gnome, should be the star of a Hollywood movie. But there I was. I was taken to a place, the Hall of the Mountain King. I stood high upon a mountaintop, naked to the world, in front of every kind of bird. There was long ones, tall ones, short ones, brown ones, black ones, round ones, big ones, crazy ones. Out of the middle came a lady. She whispered in my ear something crazy. She said, "Do I pick that girl? Do I pick that girl? Do I pick that girl? Do I pick that girl?" I could feel hot flames of fire roaring at my back as she disappeared, but soon she returned. In her hand was a bottle of wine, in the other a glass. She poured some of the wine from the bottle into the glass and raised it to her lips. And just before she drank it, she said, "Take the wine, take that girl. Take 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 that girl. Yeah, it's all yours. You gotta do it. Feel that wine. Feel that wine. Let me feel. Let me feel my head. Oh, to the wine, 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 take that girl.
Whoa, yay! Whoa, Spill the Wine, one of my favourite groups from time, favourite track as well. A bit kind of freaky, that track, isn't it? Yeah, I like it. Not quite sure what place he was taken to, but it was the Hall of the Mountain King, so yeah, anything could have happened in there, and I think it did too. Thank you very much for that one, Richard. I think probably next up we'll probably be listening to Reggae Bus. I might change my mind though. I think so. Just give an advance warning. Okay, this next piece I'd like to read for you. It was written the 5th of February in 1996. Oh my goodness. That's a very long time ago, isn't it? Yeah. But hey, you know what? Sometimes we write things, not this one particularly, but sometimes we write things at a certain time and we never kind of read it as artists, poets, authors, and then we go back and find it like a few years later or even a few more years later, and it's amazing how current it can be for that time. So, you know, 96, that's cool, that's all right, don't mind. This piece is called You Think You're Really Famous. I've not read this one before on air. I haven't even performed it for a long time, so it's quite interesting. I'll give you a little bit of background towards it. A friend of mine wrote a poem about her son, And her son was not too pleased about it, because she was quite a well-known performer and she performs like all over the place. And this is when she told me the situation. This is the poem that I wrote about it, and I sent it to her. I'm not just reading it to her and she doesn't know. Sent it to her at the time. So I'd like to share it with you. If that's okay, inclusivefm.co.uk. Yes. Where are you? Cruising with Cuban Red. Yay. Thank you. Okay. You think you're really famous. You think you're really famous. You think you've made it big. Because you have a way with words, you just don't give a fig. You hurt me with your writing. You wound me with your pen. You cut and slash with your nib sword, and then you strike again. I'll not become an open book for everyone to read, or let down my defences so that off me they can feed. Through me they live vicariously, for to them it's just a plot. For me it's been sheer hell and back. You seem to have forgot. Don't take my life for granted and write it on your page. I am no longer just your child. I have now come of age. I'm suspicious of your motives. You've bruised my buried nerves, blown open my experiences, and that I don't deserve. You've overstepped the boundary, intruded in my face. You and you and you again. Oh, please, vacate my space. You say it's your experience to do with what you will. Can't you see how it affects me? Your words are bitter pills. Don't try to patronise me like I'm still a little boy. Don't justify your actions by the words that you employ. Let me be me and you be you. Leave my life alone. If not, I'll break off contact by sight and fax and phone. You say you really love me. Well, prove to me that you do by never writing one more word of me. Though it be true, I know I'll always be your son. I know I'm not perfect, but don't disregard my feelings. Please treat me with respect. Yay! I like that poem. I hadn't read that for a long time, actually, and I really like that poem. And it is, as the poem says, you know, as writers, as authors, as poets, we use anything that is there that inspires us to write. And sometimes it might be something that somebody said, something that somebody's done. Often it's what we ourselves have done or said. But, you know, as I wrote these words, I really put myself in the place of her son. And you can see how long ago it was, by sight and fax and phone. Who faxes these days? Does anybody fax? We've got email and whatever else, Facebook, etc., yeah? But I think it still stands. And what it's saying is about, just think about other people's feelings, really. You know, serve yourself. Make your own purpose work, but as you do that, think about other people's feelings at the same time. Is that all right? Yeah, you sure? Out there in Inclusive FM land, you are cruising with Cuban Red on inclusivefm.co.uk on this wonderful Friday morning. Bit windy. It is a bit windy, but not too bad for January. In fact, pretty cool, really. Okay, I think I said we were going to put some music on, didn't I? Yeah? I think track 4. I didn't tell you the track, did I? Got 4. Okay, we're going to play maybe just a few tracks. We'll see. I might say to Richard, oh, move it on for me. I don't know yet. Let's see what happens, shall we? Okay, let's hit that button. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop.
swole, just like a Super Bowl. I'm like a running back, baby, running through the heat. Shout out to it, about time we roll up. Gonna get paper till this step can roll up. Haters won't stop me, but they got no luck. Put your hands up like it's a hold up. Nobody move, nobody hurt, nobody move, nobody hurt. This is how it's going down. Everybody say it loud. So what we get caught up. So what we say Jesus. Somebody else is just having fun. We don't care who we see. When you eat someone's face, when you don't take me to God. Yeah, it's supposed to be. Living life. You should have known it's not a problem. We will get cross off for the $1,000 about them. Young but when a reckless, so do this with the fans. Them when we're in the club, someone in with two answer. Yo, Miss Khalifa, I will you get the visa. Leave make me fly all over the club, free like me, no need a visa. I'm my life, so me a live with positive cause me no back, we say me life up on the freezer. So me live with something good, this and me live with like the last. With me push, plus people wonder what that's in my class. Them for knows under the sun, from the past I cannot pass. I'm still a thing, it's supposed to be glass. We know the dance surprise me with everything at any cost. Come make a fix away for the club in the past. So the person and the whip, top it up when we get past. That show them one day we are blessed. We don't care who sees. So what we do out, that's how it's supposed to be.
And three, and we're moving on. Oh no, keep it on. Keep it on. We're rolling. Keep it going. Keep it pumping. That's alright, Richard. He's dancing in the
Just put one foot in front of the other. Like the bassline, respect the drummer. Jamaica international dances. Keep the vibe flowing, yes. Keep the energy flowing. Keep the vibe flowing, yes. Keep the energy pumping. Oh, I want to see some friends I never seen in a long time. And I see new faces all going down. So I said, what are you doing down here? They said, same thing you're going round.
Oh yeah, we're gonna keep it rolling. Are you dancing out there? Are you dancing with a mover?
And if you wanna free up, well, you end up your partner. Keep the vibe flowing, keep the energy pumping. Keep the vibe flowing, keep the energy pumping. All night, select and never miss.
Oh, it's gonna move on in a minute. Keep it rolling, Richard. Hot in here now. Rewind. Go DJ Roy. I'm gonna contact you very soon.
Having fun this time around. To the sweet, sweet reggae sound. Smiling faces, no see no frown. The music gets you high way off the ground. Yeah. Feel the vibe when everybody gather round. Woyo, woyo, woyo. Select the string up, we want to hear the sound. Woyo, woyo, woyo. See man and woman, them a rock. Everybody feel a vibe, nobody and no dead stop. No pain when music hits Robert Nesta said that. So pull up down on your see the front. The music gets you highway on the ground. Yeah. I say as far as I see it, uptown to downtown, we're on the side street. In a reggae that on my speech. Music make you unite, no matter fight it. Anywhere in the world, all over. Reggae listen by the young and the older. It make you warm when you come now. Set the mood when you're
My favourite tracks coming up.
Reggae make you rock, make you rock, rock, rock. Reggae make you rock some more. I say rubber, rubber, dub, rubber, dub, dub, dub. Reggae make you rock some more. Having fun this time around. To the sweet, sweet reggae sound. Smiling faces, no see the frown. The music gets a highway on the ground.
Girl, take a minute.
Tune. Still not my favourite. It's the next one after this. No, keep it going. Keep it going. Oh, sorry.
We ain't halfway yet.
Woo.
Think that you can handle me.
Alright, actually, Richard, do turn it down just slightly. Don't stop it, just turn it down, please. All these tracks you're hearing are on a CD that I searched for in Jamaica. I've told you about it before. And the track that's coming up after this one is the reason why I searched for the CD. I talked to all the Jamaican street sellers that were selling CDs. They all know me now. Let's turn it up again, Richard. Woo!
Love to
make
sweet, 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 sweet love to you. I do. Love to
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. This is the track. Woo! Oh, not yet. Nearly there.
Yes, I do.
Here we go. 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 Woo! 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 Have a little cake. Have a little cake. Be there.
Every time you close your eyes,
I will be there.
I'll wake up by your side like your
Shadow. I'll stick by you.
and I'll always be around. I'll stick by you. One day we're gonna have that family that we dreamed for. Two pretty little girls, one baby boy, and even one more. I'll take you to every city with me on a worldwide tour. 'Cause I never leave you. I will be there. Every time you close your eyes, I will be there. I'll wake up by your side like your shadow. I'll stick by you. I'll always be around. Gonna stick by you. This I promise. Stick by you through the darkness. Stick by you until the end of time. Stick by you. Even if I lose my stick by you. I will be there every time you close your eyes. I'll be there. I'll
Save it for me. I don't want it to stop, but it has to stop because he's got some more of the show to do. I think India is coming back into the background. Love that CD. Trust me. I trod the streets in Jamaica for that, just looking for that one track. And actually, I got loads of lovely CDs, loads of great music, but I actually got my one track as well. So that was so cool. Okay, going to read you a few poems on the trot now. And hope that's okay with you out there in Inclusive FM land. Yes? Did you enjoy that jumping around to that music? I hope so. Got a few others coming up for you, maybe a bit different as well, because you know me, pretty diverse. Yes, that's me. Pretty eclectic. Yes, that's Cuban Red. And where are you? Cruising with Cuban Red. Okay, here we go. This is a poem by Cynthia. I've read it a few times. Cynthia Hamilton. I love this poem because it's just a little bit crazy, yeah. And it's from Moving Voices Black Performance Poetry, yes. Those of you that have been following the show or been around know where this is from. And it's edited by Asher and Martin Hoyles, and it has a plethora of wonderful poets in there. Me being the least probably that's in there, because you've got your Benjamin Zephaniahs and Eugene Binter Breezes and the whosoevers, yeah. Adisa's in there. I might read his poem later, we'll see. This is by Cynthia Hamilton. Okay. And it's called Contradictoria. If we can turn that down just a little bit. Thank you, Richard. Just teeny bit. Right. I love you. I love you. I hate you. I hate you. I love you. I don't. I want you. I just want to hate you. I just want to love you, but won't. You make me unhappy. I hate you. I loathe you, and that is a fact. Get out of my life or I'll kill you. Hey, where are you going? Come back. Don't leave me. I love you. I loathe you. You're brutal. You're charming. You're mean. You're my one and only. I love you. Get out of my sight or I'll scream. I love you. You're special. You're nothing. You're no one. You're someone quite dear. I hate you. I miss you. I love you. I hope that I've made myself clear. Thank you, Cynthia. Fabuloso. And actually, you know what? I am going to read Adisa's one from the same book, Moving Voices, Black Performance Poetry. And that's what I do. It's called performance poetry. It's not spoken word. It's not poetry. It's performance poetry. Yeah, is that all right? Just work that out. So just thought I'd share that with you all, because I was billed somewhere as spoken word, and no, I'm actually performance poetry. Not that I'm putting myself in a box. Kind of call me what you like, really, as long as you love the work. Okay, out there in inclusive FM land. Adisa, what is poetry? Poetry is everywhere. Poetry is music to your ear. Poetry is a graceful dancer with elegance and flair. Poetry has many shapes and forms, but poetry is not square. Poetry is written on paper, but poetry doesn't live there, for poetry is in your ears, in your eyes, in your smile, and even in your tears. Poetry is your happiness, your anger, and also your fear. Poetry is in the way you walk. Some folks walk around as if they're balmy. Some folks walk like they're in the army. Some people walk as slow as a snail. Some people walk like they have 4 legs and a tail. Poetry is an African drum playing a heartbeat. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Poetry is the cold wind that blows and the sun that gives us heat. And poetry is Dad's old boots and Dad's cheesy feet. Poetry wakes me up in the morning and closes my eyes at night to sleep. Poetry is a plate of fresh vegetables because I don't eat meat. Poetry is rhythm that goes on and on and on. And poetry is Bob Marley singing my favourite song, Buffalo Soldier, a dreadlock Rasta. Poetry lives and poetry cannot die. Poetry is imagination. If you want it, you can touch the sky. Poetry is the sound of a newborn baby when it begins to cry. Mama. Poetry needs to be read like a bird needs to fly. So when I ask the question, what is poetry? You should all be very clear, because poetry is everywhere. Whoop, 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 whoop. thank you, Adisa. Excellent, excellent work. And I'm just going to give you a few adverts at this time, yeah? I have you might be able to see that. It's called Brains, yeah? I haven't got a male version of this. I'm just holding it up. Brains, a personal story. Brains is a unique, upbeat performance piece using spoken word, music and often humour to reveal the personal journey and thoughts of someone diagnosed with a brain tumour, the changes to their life and how they become aware of a much unspoken medical condition. A company of 6 performers explore the experiences, thoughts and changes that brain cancer can cause to the patient and their loved ones. And this is Tuesday the 8th to Thursday the 10th of March, 7:45 p.m. at the Dugdale Centre. Tickets are £12 and £11. And any of you that know Mark Day from the Dugdale Centre, not only has he produced this and written it, it's actually his story. Yeah. So if you get a chance, go along and support it. Yeah. Go along and I think it's going to be pretty cool. I know a couple of people working on it and yeah, think it's going to be really good. So those of you that live in Enfield, yeah, don't know if you can see that on there. Yeah. You probably see that. Yeah. How can Citizens Advice Enfield help me and you and you and you? And do you have a problem? Do you have a need? The Citizens Advice Bureau is in Enfield. It's actually situated in Ponders End. And in a few weeks' time, we will be having somebody on the show, live on the show, from the Citizens Advice Bureau that will be telling us a little bit about it and probably dealing with specifically stuff around domestic abuse, yeah? Because that's kind of on the increase of being picked up by the government at the moment, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Yeah. I'm going to show you this one as well. Showed you that last week, yeah? You might be able to see it just there. See my face? Woohoo! See my face? Woo! That was the gig that we had, The Winter's Tale, on Sunday, just gone. Sunday, January the 24th. It was fabulous. Oh, it was a really good evening. The House of Amu did really, really well. With all the people that are in the African Heritage Writers Group and all the guests that were part of the show. The audience was fabulous. The sound man was wonderful. The staff in the bar where we were amazing. It was just a wonderful night. And I'm so glad that I was a part of that. House of Amu, well done. Excellente. And my last little bit of news for today is just to remind you again about Signpost, yeah, that all are welcome to join Signpost for a free meal. It's served every Thursday, so actually, you know, you have to remember, because this is Friday and it will always be Friday unless the day changes that I'm on, and which means this has gone the day before, so try and remember, put it in your diaries. It's inside the Labour Hall, Broadhouse, 205 4th Street, Edmonton. Everyone, might just join them, is welcome to join us, says Signpost, for a free meal, yeah? And if you do want more info about Signpost, you can call this number 0208 807 2228. I'll just say that again. The number for Signpost is 0208 807 2228. Fabuloso. That, I think, is all the adverts that I have for today. Oh no, one more. Sent to me by Louise, which I'm going to get into my phone because she sent it to me by phone. And that's just to big up Sound System Party, yeah? Happening on Saturday the 13th of February at the Exquisite Lounge, which was formerly known as the Caribbean Edge, which is in 117 Bruce Grove, Tottenham. Yeah, so that's on the 13th, February the 13th, a Saturday, at the Exquisite Lounge, and it's a sound system party. Original sound system entertainment. Now that sounds pretty groovy. Yeah, that sounds irie. That's groovy. Irie. Thank you, Louise, for sending that in to me. Keep sending them through. If you can send it on mail, that's even better. But the phone will do, so that's okay. Yes, I do believe I've been hearing my voice quite a bit. I think it's time for some more music. I don't know which one though. What's really? Oh, I know. Tanya Stevens. No, wait. Roots Tracking, track number 7. That's a yellow and thingy. Oh, yeah. Roots Tracking, track number 7. And this track, you know what? I kind of wanted to play this last week along with Tanya Stevens, which I will play later for you. But there was loads for the show last week, and you know it was a hard show, and I wanted to play these tracks about Love Is Amazing, which I'm going to play for you now, and What a Day. But we kind of got stuck in the groove of where we were, and you had what you were supposed to, I believe. We shared what we were supposed to do that day. But there is always another day, and let's hope there is always another day for Ashraf as well. Okay, we ready? Yeah. Yay, let's go. I'm going to jump about. Oh, turn it up. Woo!
Okay, we're gonna show them. Rastafari, hey. Love is amazing, and that's why we're giving it. Love is amazing, and love is life and reality.
Oh yeah.
All right, love is amazing, and that's why we're giving it. Love is amazing. Well, love is life and we are living it. Bring love on, yo, bring love forever. Well, love in every bounty, oh, you're so clever. Well, love for me, I love for you with all my pleasure. Keep love secure, it's my dearest treasure. Well, there's no measuring when love cannot be measured. So open, yo, with all my leisure. How would I forget to love one another? All right. Well, love of my sister and my love is amazing, and that's why we're living it. Love is amazing. Love is life and we're living it. Love is amazing, and that's why we're giving it. Love is amazing. Love is life and we're living it. Love decorate me with fire. Can't reach me current need, and would I retire? Well, slew them, who them, no the vampire. I never forgot the days of whole Kentire. Well, love no carry no wire, fence nor no back wire. Love come with moral, I do to inspire. Yo, lift up that name so high, me say higher. Well, Rastafari come for burn in the dyer. Yo, then love is amazing, and that's why we're giving it. Love is amazing. Love is life and we're living it. Love is amazing, and that's why we're giving it. Love is amazing. Well, love is life and we're living it. Well, me say get this on your top. Alright, true love cannot be sold or bought. Tell them in a love, Jaja Mason get caught. Me tell them Rastafari. This is straight from me heart. So much love is like a love man. Well, who no show love? Words so not took them like that. Alright then, from the beginning, love is the origin. Well, love's the way we're living in. Love is amazing, and that's the way we're giving it. Love is amazing. But love is life and we're living it. Love is amazing, and that's the way we're living it. Love is amazing. Love is life and we're living it. Bring love on. Well, love we need forever. Well, love in every boundary. Oh, you're so clever. Love for me, love for you. With all my pleasure. Well, keep it secure. It's my dearest treasure. Well, there's no measuring. My love cannot be measured. So open. I need it with all leisure. Oh, how must I forget to love my brother and my sister, yo? Well, we can love me one another, yo. Love is amazing.
I'm going to share with you some thoughts from Maya Angelou from her book Rainbow in the Cloud, The Wit and Wisdom of Maya Angelou. And she's talking on this particular occasion on the topic of spirituality. And Maya says, in order to survive, the ample soul needs refreshments and reminders of its right to be and to be wherever it finds itself. She says, it was hard enough to discover that I was a child of God, but to understand that the bigot and the murderer were also children of God was an even more difficult journey. And to finish with, out of this section, she's got loads more in there, but we'll just do these three. She says, there is a place in you that you must keep inviolate, a place that you must keep clean, a place where you say to any intruder, back up, don't you know I'm a child of God? Woohoo! I love that. Can I read that one more time? I like that. I'm going to read that one more time. Here we go. There is a place in you that you must keep inviolate, a place that you must keep clean, a place where you say to any intruder, back up. Don't you know I'm a child of God? Whoa, yeah, go there, Maya. Thank you so much. You may have passed physically, but your words are with us, guiding and mentoring and inspiring and encouraging. Thank you very much, Maya Angelou. We shall hear more of you, and not just your inspirational words, but also your poetry. It's a-coming. It's a-coming. Okay, what do you reckon, Richard? What should we do? We've got 15 minutes-ish left. What should we do? What should we do? Richard's joking me now. Richard's saying just inclusive FM. You want to hear more? Yes? More. Yes, I know you do. Okay, I'm going to give you like the history section, the African history section, yeah? And after that, we are going to hear track 3 from Ambelique, methinks. We've nearly heard all of the tracks that we said we're going to do today. Whoa, what a show. Okay, but we're not going to forget our African history section. And notice I'm not calling it Black history anymore, because I totally refuse to be like squashed into a colour. It's not going to happen anymore. You know, sometimes it takes a long time for people to understand things, like me. Sometimes it takes ages. And like, no, not owning that. Owning the African heritage, yes. Owning the black, no. Black and white is a colour. Was not born a colour. Was born a human being, as we all were. Okay? So this is our African history section, which is not just for October, but it is for every month, every week, every day, every minute, every second. Is that all right? Is that okay? Yeah? All right then, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to share with you, I have this wonderful diary called Black History, after all I've just said, but, you know, that's what it says. And I probably bought this, I don't know, 10 years ago, something like that. But in it is a wealth of facts and historical events and people. And so I am going to use it to share with you stuff, yeah, from the African history. And this is one I'm sharing today. If you can see that statue on screen, yeah. Put it over there. You never know where I'm putting these things. Okay. And that statue it is supposedly an ancient American sculpture, right? I'm going to turn here so I can see a little bit better. But Dr. Ivan van Sertima and others have proved that there were cultural exchanges between Africans and the ancient inhabitants of the Americas. These exchanges occurred when Africans sailed the current towards the Western Hemisphere, or when seedlings from indigenous American plants floated on the Atlantic currents and arrived in Africa and propagated. Puzzled scientists have scratched their heads when confronted with an African face on a piece of art found thousands of miles distant from Africa. It was thought that Africans were too primitive to travel in boats for long distances, and evidence of their presence in other lands was discounted. Van Sertima's works outlines the methods Africans used to travel to other parts of the world long before European explorers set out on their explorations. It is uncertain how long Africans travelled to the New World. The earliest carbon dating of African artefacts excavated on Mexico's east coast is 800 BC. This is currently the best evidence of an influential, long ago African presence in the New World. This image is a sculpture from the west coast of the Nicoya Peninsula, Costa Rica, AD 350. And I'll just show you that again. And what that's saying is that, you know, it's not just about what's happening now. It's not just about slavery, but it's about the times before that where the people were a great people. Yeah, we were a great people. And that very, very, very rarely gets talked about because we're so stuck in the slavery. And of course, who wouldn't be until it's reparated, I suppose. But remember as you hear it on Cruising with Keeping Red, that there is more to us, as my pastor Dee would say, than meets the eye. There is more to us than meets the eye. Okay, I think we're going to have that bit of music on now. Thank you. Thank you for listening out there in Inclusive FM land. You are. Whoop. Whoop.
Not gonna worry at all. You won't see a teardrop fall. Not gonna worry at all. You won't see a teardrop fall. I'm gonna pick myself up. I'm gonna dust myself off. I'm not gonna worry at all. You won't see a teardrop fall. Said I tried my best to make it work. Do everything in my power so that we could be together. Down to the pain with holes in my shoe. Putting food on the table for the baby and for you. Now you say
And believe.
times change. They can never, ever be the same. Well, my cup is running over. But I'm not gonna worry, 'cause I know I will recover. Said I'm not gonna worry at all, no. You won't see a teardrop fall. Not gonna worry at all. You won't see a teardrop fall. Somehow, always, I was being a fool. Said I've been a fool for you. But looking in your sweet brown eyes, and it never realized. Yes, we were not meant to be. Your plans never included me. Gonna pick myself up. I'm gonna dust myself off. I'm gonna start all over. All over again. Say, not gonna worry, no. Said I tried my best to make it work. shoes, putting food on the table for the baby and for you. That things and times have changed and they will never be the same. But I'm not gonna worry on. You won't see a tear. I'm gonna pick myself up and I'm gonna just myself. I'm not gonna worry, no, no. Not gonna worry, no, no, no.
Surreptitiously, our strengths were subverted, crushed and flattened with the chemicals of change, sizzling, seeping through the hot comb's teeth, unhearing ears folded for pain-free survival. Separated, uncurled, lifeless strands to ensure their manageability, kinkless, springless, keeping them under control, altering African appearance, engaging the European, passively perming straight, low self-esteem, stripping wired antennae of redemption, confusion, perceptions of selves, of the worlds we inhabit, unwittingly wearing warped images of destruction for even natural hair that is twisted, first one way, then the other, cannot lock. And that subtle manipulation on a chemical level, taken from my first one-woman show, Who Feels It Knows It, and I'm going to read you another piece from that. We're coming very near to the end of the show. You're going to hear one more track of music before we finish, which will be Tanya Stevens, track 16. But before that, this is the poem. It was the prologue poem for the show Who Feels It Knows It, and it's called Missing Years by Cuban Red. That's me, and you are cruising with Cuban Red on inclusivefm.co.uk. Don't forget to remember. Okay. Missing years. Missing years. I cannot remember. I do not remember. Maybe merciful darkness veils, cloaks, obscures, seals, but I know that I existed. For every now coming from then, smell senses are assailed, scent seeking scent. Pungent, raw, metallic, green, back of the throat, taste me, strong, base, fresh scent, clawing through forgotten years, returning to remind me, to root me. Scent, seeking scent. Something I can taste. Memory buds leap, but I cannot remember. Missing years, I do not remember. Flight, fight, stillness, freezes feeling. I know that I existed. For every now, coming from then, story senses are assailed. Stories seeking stories. Who I was, what I did, read me. Where I went, what I ate. Who I was, never what I said. Stories seeking stories. Images, open and closed doors, providing a foundation stage, but I cannot remember. Missing years, I do not remember, but I am beginning to know who I am. Thank you. We're going to hear our last track of the morning, and it's from Tanya Stevens. Love this lady. And the track is called What a Day. Just listen to the words and a tune.
What a day, oh. Ooh, what a day, oh. Say what a day, oh. Yeah. I'm tired of the hunger I see on people's faces. Tired of the animosity between the races. Tired of corruption in high and low places. And bricks with money but no social graces. Tired of being judged for the style in my hair. And the music that I listen and the clothes that I wear. I'm tired of life and death being sold as a pair. And politicians who keep saying they care, but maybe hoping for a change is a dream. And maybe life ain't as bad as it seems. But if dreaming is the best I can do, then I'll be dreaming my whole life through. Oh, what a day when war becomes a thing of the past, and peace we will have it at last, and life is finally worth its cost. And whoa, 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 what a day when men finally live what they teach, and love ain't just a concept we preach, and blood no longer runs in the streets. Whoa, 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 what a day. Tired of leaving church feeling like I just been robbed. 2 hours of rambling, not much mention of God. The richest man's the only one who does not have a job. A bunch of righteous freaks extorting worse than a mob, y'all. Tired of baby mama, tired of baby daddy, chilling in the spot where the parents should be. Teenage mother saying leave my business alone. In 20 years a kid could be robbing my home, but I got a vision of a whole other plane where the spiritual can flourish again. I'm just waiting for the fire to rain, burn down everything and start clean. What a day when war becomes a thing of the past, and peace we will have it at last, and life is finally worth its cost. And whoa, 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 what a day when men finally live what they teach, and love ain't just a concept we preach, and blood no longer runs in the streets. And whoa, 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 what a day, ooh, what a day, oh, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. Ooh, oh, maybe hoping for a change is a dream. Maybe life ain't as bad as it seems. But if dreaming is the best I can do, then I'll be dreaming my whole life through. Oh, what a day when war becomes a thing of the past, and peace we will have it at last, and life is finally worth its cost. And whoa, whoa, whoa.
Sun silently I rise to break the dawning of your morning. My rays to lighten up your days, illuminate your ways. My warmth to slowly stroke your sensuous soul. We bathe together in our brightness, and soon, sun silently, I fade, veiling now my wonder, leaving you to ponder. Thank you so much for joining us today on Cruising with Cuban Red on inclusivefm.co.uk. We're going to play you out with the track that we had from El Crisis. Excellent, excellent, excellent. If you ever get a chance to see him, go and see him. El Crisis for that we played last week for the New Cross Massacre, yeah? The New Cross Fire, yeah? So we're going to play out the show with that today. And I hope you've enjoyed. Tune in next week. Family, I love you. Thank you for your support. And all of you out there in Inclusive FM land, you have been cruising with Cuban Red. Thank you.
My ladies and my gentlemen, prepare yourself for the time has come. You must be brave, you must be strong to know yourselves as an African. Back in the days when it began, back way back then in 1981, some little racist, little hooligan decide to set on fire black man and woman. The hypocrites of Babylon seem to be giving him way too much protection. Them times a black man's life, it wasn't worth a damn. It was the black man's wife that they were looking on. To the surprise of everyone, black man and women formed organizations, and some say they were wise to build up more than one as they came together to mash up Babylon. Over the bridges of Babylon, no one expected so much to come. You see the policeman standing with trunction, looking left and right, wondering what's going on. It's estimated 20,000. It's black man and women, and they marching strong. I don't know what to do. This was not part of the plan. They're marching in peace but looking angry. Should I stay or run? But nowadays nobody understands about the road that's paved or what's been going on. Will the fight continue the way it was won? When the elders are elder and the youngers are young, there are far more wars just like this one. But are the elders wise enough to teach their young? There are far more wars just like this one. But are the youngers listening to what's been done? There are far more wars just like this one. But are the elders wise enough to teach their young? There are far more wars greater than this one. But are the youngers listening to what's been done? Say there are far more wars just like this one. But are the elders wise enough to teach their young?
Nam yo